Hi everyone, welcome in my channel. For those who are new, my name is Leia and today I am interviewing Gord. Welcome back. Today it will be a very interesting topic because this is gonna be an amazing guide, especially for foreigners or aliens.
Yeah, there we go back with the alien stuff again.
I love calling you aliens, guys. So the aliens, I mean the foreigners who are coming to the Philippines for business. So, but before that, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. So welcome, Gord. I would like you to introduce yourself first. Where are you from, and what do you do here? Like, what is your business?
Okay, so I'm Canadian. If anybody's seen any of your other videos, you already know that I'm Canadian. I was in the construction business for many, many years back in Canada. And I came here, I think, back in 2013. I guess my reason for coming was not to come here in business. It was never, let's go to the Philippines and start a business. That was never
so that was not the first goal.
I did not come here for that. I'm in business here out of necessity. I came here when I was 50, so I was well before my retirement age, both in financial capabilities and age. I came in here because I fell in love and I fell out of love with Canadian winters and I fell in love with the country and I fell in love with a woman, and then it was, well, how am I going to survive? And I think that is really where we should probably start off. And I think what we've talked about, Lee and I, is that I maybe give some tips on my experience, based on my experience of doing business here in the Philippines. And I think it's best if we cut this down into several.
Yes, we plan to have this actually as a series. So this is like the episode 1 because there's a lot to talk about when it comes to that, right? And today we're just gonna talk about the starting challenges of having a business in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Okay, and then later we're gonna talk about in the next episodes about the legalities, and there's a lot of things that Gord can really share with you guys and how to survive here with that. So for today, for the episode 1, we're just gonna focus on the starting and the starting challenges, and of course what inspired you to start this business of all the business that you can think of. Why this one?
Oh God!
You can do it.
I have to stress that, and we probably have to take a little bit of a step back, Leah, because I think the very first thing you have to consider is, why am I getting into business? And I think we see a lot of people that are coming here, some that were in my situation, in terms of, well, I'm too young to retire, I don't have enough money to retire, I'm going to have to find an income here. And then you get other guys that have, maybe a little bit older and they're financially secure and stuff, but they're going to get bored sitting around doing nothing. They want, they want to be involved in something, and they want to, I guess, maybe show themselves they're still relevant, rather than just come here to sit around and wait to pass away. So there are people that come with the attitude, well, I'm here now, but I have nothing to do, and question my own relevance, and so they want to show the world that they're still relevant, so let's get into business. So I was firmly in that camp of someone who was too young to retire and not financially secure enough to retire.
Okay.
And I honestly, it's not something that I would recommend. I'm telling you that straight out. It's a long, hard road coming here, doing business here. Business here for a foreigner is not for the faint of heart.
Not for the faint of heart. I want to stress that.
Yeah. But also, when saying that, don't believe when people say that it's a waste of time, or is that you're going to lose everything. I know many successful foreigners who are business people here who have made a lot of money. We've been successful. We've had our challenges, but we've been overall quite successful.
Yeah, the thing that you're here for more than 10 years with the business, so that really speaks a lot.
Yeah. I think it's like starting a business anywhere in the world is number one, think really, really hard about it and plan.
Plan.
You know, if you don't have a business plan anywhere in the world, you should not be getting into business. So what makes you think you can come here where the business climate is so much more challenging and not have a business plan?
Exactly.
I guess where I'd like to start is attitude.
I love
attitude
that.
And outlook. Most businessmen, true business people, are type A, alpha dog males or females, and they get by on their pride and their ego and their grit, you know, and that's how they succeed. And typically, and I'll count myself as one of those, is we don't want to listen to anybody else, especially when we're later in life, like I was at 50 years old when I came here. I know everything. I've been a successful businessman most of my life. I know it all. And that is the first way to ruin here, is to come here with that attitude that I know everything. And because you don't, I'm telling you, you don't know everything. This is a whole new world. And it takes, you know, to run any business, yes, you have to be that type A personality. You got to be willing to put in long hours. You need to stick to your guns in terms of being stubborn a lot of times, and just you know, gritting your way through things. But that attitude alone here will not work.
Yeah.
And I think that what needs to be a major part of someone's personality or attitude or outlook here when coming to do business, at least in this third world country, is humility. Being able to accept the fact that I'm a newbie. I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I know how to run a balance, or to study a balance sheet and a profit and loss statement, and do I know how to market? And yeah, I do. I know all the basics of business. But you're coming into a new world here with different rules,
that's the thing.
Different challenges.
That's the thing.
And if you stick to that attitude that I know best and I know everything, you're going to get a real healthy dose of reality, and hopefully it will not kill you financially, but there's a good chance it will.
Okay.
So I would say that is one is very, very important is humility. All those other business characteristics that make people good business people, you know, anywhere, yeah, you need those, but then you have to have that thing called humility, so that you can learn. Without humility, you cannot learn. You cannot, you know, because I'm right, and this is the way it has to be done. This is the way I did it this way. So, well, no. Humility, that's the only way to be able to learn. And here you have to learn a whole new reality.
Yeah, and I also love that. I really love that you mentioned that, because also when you have the humility, a lot of people will help you. Because the thing is, you're in a new world, as he said, but then if you're not humble enough, and you've got like a lot of people that be needed for you to solve your problem, even if they know or they want to help, but when they see that you're not humble enough, they would just bye-bye. I'm not going to
waste my time. Because I get that, and you're going in a really, really good direction, because that's what I was going to talk about next. next is because I get these people all the time. They come in my door and they pretend to want my advice. And, you know, after a 10-minute conversation, I say, well, why are we even wasting each other's time with this conversation? You have all the answers already. Just go out and try it, and I wish you the best, and I'll keep an eye on you and see how you do. Yes, people, I'm not going to waste my time with somebody who's that. Somebody really wants my help, that's fine.
You're talking about boundary?
No, I'm talking more about, you know, why would I want to help somebody that doesn't want to be helped?
Okay.
And I'm a pretty open-minded guy and giving of my time and stuff. Most people are not. And and this is where, okay, maybe we'll just start kind of the next part of this, why humility is important. To do business here in the Philippines, you're going to need partners. That's very hard for somebody who's ego-driven.
Right.
And there are two factors in that, or two practicalities in that. One is the legal side. Foreigner, you know, the most we can own is 40% of a company.
Yeah.
So we need Filipino partners.
It is a must.
It is, and that's the legalities of it. That you cannot own 100% of a business, and most of us type A personalities, alpha dog personalities, don't want a partner.
Right.
So if you can't get your head around the fact that you're going to need a partner, don't even come here to do business, because you can't. Then we talk about the practicalities of this. The practicalities of it is the foreigner, or the alien, as you like to call us. We cannot achieve things that Filipinos can in terms of dealing with other Filipinos.
Okay. No, okay, that really got me, because when you said you cannot, how did you say it? You cannot...
we cannot... we're putting the legalities aside at 40%, but you walk in here, you know our business a little bit. You don't see me get involved in certain things. I'll deal with a client that's a foreigner. I have my Filipino partners, and when I say partners, it's people too that are employees. They're my partners. I'm not going to walk into the municipality to get a building permit.
Exactly.
And
that's a very good point.
And that's one of the simple things where most of us guys will come in here. Oh, well, I'm the boss. I want everybody in the municipality to know I'm the boss. That attitude is going to get you. Your thing is going to go on the bottom of the pile, and very soon in the garbage can beside the desk. If you walk in with that arrogant attitude. And you know, I'm not going to deal with BIR, the Bureau of Internal Revenue. I'm not going to deal with a lot of these people, because the foreigner and me will get treated differently, and I will treat them differently than if we have a Filipino doing that.
Right.
And so those people are my partners, you know, and I need to, here's a simple thing. Employees.
Yeah.
I have, you know, when I come here, I screw up totally in terms of how I deal with employees. Until, you know, the people that I trust say, Gord, don't even get involved in that. You don't understand their culture.
What do you mean, like you get involved with their personal stuff?
No, it's I don't understand what motivates Filipinos.
Okay.
You know, here's a simple example: is being a boss. If somebody screws up, I got to sit them down, and I got to tell them, this is how this is, and you can't do that here. Yeah. You can't do that here.
You can't do that.
You can't. You just can't. Because now that person is basically useless to the company, because one or two things will happen. Either they would feel intimidated, insecure, or they will feel offended. And I didn't know that. I was just pointing out to them that there's a better way to do that. And that's my Western way of thinking. We're pretty direct and all that. That doesn't work here. And so the point I'm trying to make is that if I have this ego that says I have to be the boss and do everything, it's not going to work in business here. It's just not. You need to be able to say, you know something, I need help. And I need to depend on some of these other people. And I know it's hard. And most people that own and run small businesses all their life, and their business has grown, they've always probably been told this one thing: you got to delegate and let some things go. You can't micromanage stuff. If you have to micromanage everything and you can't let that go, you're going to have a big problem here.
You're going to get crazy.
Yeah, it is. And you won't be successful. So it's, I think the first tip or the first lesson that anybody coming here needs to know is attitude. Is to come here and to do business, you have to have enough humility to understand that you got to relearn some things and adapt to new things and let some other people take control over certain things. So that's my lesson for today.
Thank you. That is really amazing.
Okay.
The how you really emphasize on the attitude, because it's really, really needed here. The more open you are, the more humble you are, the more people will really help you, and the more successful your business will be. I don't know if that is something that is really different, because I also actually compared that when I was in India. And it's also a different thing there when you're going to do a business, and it's really different here as well. When it comes to, like, especially in the employees, you have to be more sensitive, you have to be more sympathetic and more empathic when dealing with them. While in the other country, you can like get direct, you know, and especially if that person is, I could say, is really like very, very good in what she does, but it's just that she's sensitive, so you have to balance when you call out this stuff. And it's really one thing that you have to note when you are here. So,
and I guess just as my final words here is that, you know, most of the foreigners that have come here and have been successful have been the ones that have, you know, have had a good partner in terms of romantic partner, you know, wife or girlfriend or whatever. That's where it all starts. You know, you're not going to go out and hire 10 people and hope you find one that you can trust and get on other partners. It's usually, you take a look at that, and most foreigners that are successful in business here have a very, very strong, supportive wife or girlfriend that's going to get involved.
I see.
And
a good Filipina.
Good Filipina. It's the truth. And the foreigner has to have the attitude that I'm all right with her being a strong, independent woman, because she's working for me. You know, when I say working for me, she's working
with
for
our
for our common good.
Yes.
And if you have a good Filipina, you can trust her, and she'll say, don't get involved here, I'll take care of that. And that's, you know, and you got, and that was hard for me, but okay, I'll let her go, but I'll just stand over and look.
The boss.
And especially when our partner or wife is, you know, 20 years younger than us, and so that's a hard thing to let go.
To swallow.
And she'll never let you forget it either.
Right.
So it all goes back to the to that humility and the outlook and the attitude, and being willing to trust some trustful people to help you out along the way. And the best thing is, I would not suggest anybody getting into business here unless they had a really, really good wife or girlfriend that's going to be involved.
Okay, but what about those? Have you met anyone that has like successful, but then not having a Filipina?
Not really, and it's
really.
funny. I was thinking about this morning because you may know Chris Heim from Pura Vida.
Yeah, Pura Vida.
Yeah. And he's actually, he was, you know, he's been around 15, 20 years here in business, done very, very well for himself. And he's kind of what I've modeled part of my business life after. And you'll see Juvie, his wife there. I mean, she's strong, smart lady that Chris would not have been so successful without. And so I do look at the ones that have been very, very successful. Yeah, they have a wife or a girlfriend that's right involved with them, very smart and active. And there's been other, but I can't really put my finger on too many that have not got that strong partner.
I'm also thinking I have to find, if you let me know if ever you know any businessman that is a foreigner that has no Filipina involved, or no partner or no girlfriend or no wife that is behind it. Because I'm also curious about that, because yes, you're right. Now that you mention it, I'm like ting like, oh yeah, the owner of this one, the owner of this one, they all have a Filipino wife.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a very good point. Yeah. So yeah, let me know if ever.
Yeah, we're taking a poll here now.
Yeah, please let me know. That would be interesting to really like get to know the success rate of foreigners with or without a Filipina.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So thank you so much for this episode 1, Gord, and we are looking forward to have him for the next episode of like business education for foreigners, kind of.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's a very good start. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Goodbye.
And share and like all her videos. She's doing really, really well. I think now you're up to 1.6 subscribers.
So
I remember when we were watching you there and trying to get the 100.
Exactly. Because I told you he's the one who pushed me to do this 2 months ago. And I was like, okay, and we were like sharing it. But your video is still the winner in my the cost of
because I boosted it. I advertised.
All right, so thank you so much for all of you who are engaging in my channel. Thank you, each one of you viewed my channel. I'm so much grateful for that. My channel is growing because of that. And
she needed a kick in the butt to get started, but now she's rolling downhill, which is good.
Well, thank you. Say goodbye to them.